Good morning. Welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Still dealing with cloudy conditions out there this morning, but we are starting to see the light precip over the area start to wrap up as it pushes off to the southeast. Did see some messy conditions this morning and briefly some snow mixing in with the rain, but nothing impactful. And as we go throughout the day, we should see things start drying out. Take a look at the current surface analysis. We have a boundary off to our south, with what's left of that precip activity moving off to the southeast as well. We'll have another wave of energy moving along this boundary, moving towards our area as we get into the day tomorrow, but should see some dry weather over the next 24 hours. If we look at the upper level winds from this morning's balloon sounding, we have northerly winds near the surface around 20 knots, becoming westerly as we get above 3,000 feet, with a peak wind at 20,000 feet of 104 knots. And the freezing level this morning was at 200 feet. If we look at local radar, at the moment we can see the last of the light rain showers starting to push just over our area and continuing off to the southeast. And behind that we'll see drier weather, and the clouds will slowly start to break as we go through the rest of the morning. If we take a look at the current visible satellite, we can see some of the breaks in the clouds off to the northwest of the local area. We'll see that starting to move into the area this afternoon, where we'll see some overall mostly cloudy conditions and mainly high clouds as we get later in the day. But we'll see some sunshine start to peek through again as we get later in the day. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model for the rest of the day today, again we see that those showers continue to push off to the southeast, and we'll see things start to dry off as we go through the day. If we zoom out, take a look at the longer term forecast, starting with Thursday morning. Excuse me, we'll see another disturbance moving mainly just south of our local area, but can't rule out maybe an isolated light shower or sprinkle during the day on Thursday and into the first part of the evening as this passes to the south. And then things remain dry as another fairly strong cold front boundary starts to push into the area and off to the south of the area. For today on Friday, that will bring in some very cold temperatures as we go into Friday evening and into our day on Saturday, as high pressure builds over the area, keeping things mainly dry with some sunshine in the area. And as we go into Sunday, we'll see that high pressure move off to the east. We'll see some southerly winds start to return for Sunday, and that will help warm things up a bit for Sunday. And then as we go into Monday, we'll have this disturbance moving off the coast, providing maybe a very slight chance of seeing some shower activity with that, as a weak boundary might move through the area, but not looking too likely at the moment. And then as we go into the beginning of next week, high pressure builds back over the area, keeping things dry for much of the first half of the week. And then as we get later in the week, potential for another low pressure system moving across the northern part of the country, with a potential boundary moving into the area, but about a 24-hour disagreement in some of the models at the moment with this boundary. So we'll have to see as we get closer when the exact timing will be, but looks like we could see another weather maker as we get towards the middle to later portion of next week. So looking at the 24-hour weather vision chart for today, we were red for precip this morning, again seeing that start to wrap up, as well as seeing those ceilings and visibilities start to improve. Otherwise, expecting a high temperature around 41 degrees with a slight breeze out of the north-northwest around 9 to 14 knots. We gust up to 17 knots. Again, we'll see some breaks in the clouds as we get into the afternoon, with mainly just some high clouds sticking around through the evening hours. And as we go into the evening, we'll see those winds lighten up a bit, and then we'll see some mid-level clouds start to build in as we get into the start of the day on Thursday, but expecting a cold low around 29 degrees, but green through the evening hours and into the morning overall for our weather risk. And we have tides running about a half foot above normal at the moment. If we take a look at Thursday, we will start off mostly cloudy, likely becoming overcast as we go through the day. We'll have that slight chance of an isolated light rain shower in the area as that system passes to the south, so we'll keep a yellow risk for precip for our Thursday. Otherwise, a high around 41 degrees with some fairly light light winds for today, Thursday. We'll see winds shifting out of the southwest later in the day, and as we go into Thursday evening, will remain cloudy with that slight chance of light rain, mainly early in the evening. And then as we go through the evening, we'll have a slight chance of low clouds moving into the area, and then we'll see the winds start to pick up as we get towards Friday morning, becoming breezy. So we'll keep that yellow chance for precip as well as that chance for low clouds in the area, and we'll keep a yellow risk for winds that are above 25 knots as those winds start to crank up before we start today on Friday. But a cold evening with a low around 32. Going into Friday, we will see partly cloudy conditions, and then things will become mostly sunny later in the day, but will be a cold day for Friday as we have breezy and cold conditions with a high around 39. And then we do have that orange risk for winds at or above 25 knots. Looks like a good chance of seeing a wind advisory for our day Friday, and that will help keep things cool and on the chilly side. And we'll see most likely that high of 39 earlier in the day, and then as we gradually go throughout the day, we'll see temperatures as well as those wind chill values starting to drop as we go into the evening, likely seeing wind chills close to or around 10 degrees as we get into the evening hours. Looking at the extended forecast as we go into Saturday, a very cold day for Saturday with partly cloudy conditions. We'll see a low Saturday morning around 16 degrees, and then as we go through the day, won't see temperatures exceed freezing, expecting a high around 30 degrees for Saturday. And then another cold evening as we go into Saturday evening with a low around 24, and then we'll see temperatures start to rebound as we get into Sunday with a high around 50 degrees, but we will be mostly cloudy and slightly breezy for our Sunday. And then again, could see a weak boundary moving through, looking about a 15% chance of some precip Sunday evening into Monday morning. So not a significant chance, but a chance nonetheless. And as we go into the start of next week, we'll start off with a low around 38 and then go into Monday with a partly cloudy day with a high around 52. Going into Monday evening, expecting a low around 37, and then slightly warmer on Tuesday with a high around 54, with clouds increasing on Tuesday, likely ahead of another system that boundary that could be potentially moving into the area by middle to late part of the week. Well, that will wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again at 8:15 at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.